It is insane to think about how fast life passes us by and how fast time slips through our fingers. We never know when the last memory we're gonna make with somebody will be, and we never know when it's gonna be our turn, our time to leave this earth for good. All that shit that's in front of you, big dog, doesn't matter. The pressures don't matter, the tests, the adversity, the weight on your back, the storm that you're in, the problems that you wake up and deal with. None of that shit matters, big dog. What matters is staying focused, staying committed, and waking up every day, giving thanks, showing gratitude, and truly being thankful for who you have and what you have in your life. Me, I'm thankful for so many different things.
Yo, I am the shadow, I am the darkness. We get to combat and you dead. All black, second to one to him. I come back with your head. All times ready for battle. Draw your sword, I never get rattled. I leave blood on my wake, you'll get tattered like my cape. You walk and get slaughtered like cattle. No mercy, none of you worthy. You're begging, you pleading, apologize. But you're not the guy that changed my appearance. But you really thinking you scarring. Nah, it ain't Sung Jin Woo, I'm hunting you. You'll never extinguish this fire. Copy the actions, copy the sauce. But at most, you only gon' mimic this iron. I am him. You don't want a war with a demon. Stop at a plot. And if it's a problem you want, then you got it. No need for scheming. Action. And if you really bought it, bring more than a thesis. Motion. And I made things move with telekinesis. Yeah. Been through war and suffered my damage, but I regenerated. Keep scrapping. The whole battlefield can get ravaged. It'll get darker than my armor for anyone that stands in my path. I am ignorant. Get left blood red for contesting my wrath.
I tune out what they say. I remember days way back then I ain't really ever placed, but I ain't never lose faith. They ain't part of my fate. What you know about risking everything just to make some shape? That's why I'm up in the ring. What is the limit? I don't wear limits. I gotta be bold now for all the days I was timid. It's just the beginning. I can't stop till I'm finished. Look back at the old me just to tell that boy that we did it. Ayy. Everything different. When they ask how I'm in this position, I tell them I got it by staying convicted. Long nights in the dungeon was dark, but I had to push forward and stay persistent. I had to go bet on myself when the odds were slim. I was putting a bid in, like that's what you call an investment. I was working, they said I was restless. When I got a family to feed, if they don't eat, then there ain't no resting. If I wanna make sure we good in the future, I gotta get right in the present. I gotta put in all the effort to deal with the pressure while up in the level. Man, I feel like Sun Jin Woo. In truth, I was really that dude that was viewed as lesser. Assumed I would lose, I'm a fuse. Let up and build with a fuel to improve and catch up. My back to the wall, I'm the fool that stepped up. The irony that gave me the tools to step up. Another same fool being used and flexed up. I'm using that really be the proof I'm next up. I know it's unusual. The way that we move and do what we do, I thank God I was usable. What is the limit? He limitless. When you see me, that became irrefutable. The horror is infinite, ain't no cap on the vision. Just look at my cuticle. My enemies all became mutable. I think it's beautiful now that I tune out what they say. I remember days way back then I ain't really ever placed, but I ain't never lose faith. They ain't part of my fate. What you know about risking everything just to make some shape? That's why I'm up in the ring. Hey, what is the limit? I don't wear limits. I gotta be bold now for all the days I was timid. It's just the beginning. I can't stop till I'm finished. Look back at the old me just to tell that boy that we did it. Breaking the limit. How many times we piled up when it really was like it be finished? How many times they doubted us till we show them that we something different? I feel like he set me apart when I'm moving with God, you feeling the difference. Give it to God, the glory and melody transforming cause he did it. You can't bring me down. Ever since he changed me, no you can't keep me down. I promise you can't face me, I do brave in my down. You can never shake me, I'ma stand my ground. I ain't running now, yo. Why would I run? Faith over fear when I know what he's done. Look, I know the world might be cold, but a boy run hot when he walk with the sun. The credit ain't mine, give it to God when you see where I've come. And see who I glorify when I see the man that I've become. I feel driven, I feel called, I feel like David, feel like Paul, don't just feel changed, I feel evolved. Sanctification, he set me apart, glorification is shifting my heart. Remember those days I drifted afar, but now that I'm here, I never depart, I know it get hard. Like, when you in the game, that courtside, unlimited range, the game growth. When I live with this word in my archive, might be insane in y'all mind how I'm giving him praise through hard time. Man, that's just how it is in wartime, but I'm covered in grace at all times, so I never complain. When he asks how I deal with a drought, I say that I trust in his rain. When he asks how I got to this level, I tell him for him I was willing to change. Ain't nothing gon' stop his will, he turning the wheel with me moving his name. Had to give him control of the lane, and what I attain is breaking the limit. How many times we piled up when it really was like it be finished? How many times they doubted us till we show them that we something different? I feel like he set me apart when I'm moving with God, you feeling the difference. Give it to God, the glory and melody transforming cause he did it. You can't bring me down. Ever since down. You can never shake me, I'ma stand my ground. I ain't running now, yeah. I stand on that. Mindset change and I stand on that. Now the course of my life got his hands on that. When God at the head, then a man don't lay. I was really just living a fallacy. Then I let his words switch my mentality. Now what I see is a different reality of a life reframed. Don't be slave to the old you. He don't care about your past. That was yesterday's old news. If you really want him to grow you, change things you exposed to. Gotta re-examine who you close to. You don't wanna stay around fools, and if you do, that's who mold you. Sometimes gotta minimize who can sit inside your inner circle. Everybody can't be in your ear, compress it, limit the vocal. Look around, see the fruit they bear, not think about what you produce. That's why I don't be around them too much, and they say I'm antisocial. I can't be feed for the vultures, I was redeemed. At the altar, I'm for the kingdom, not the culture. Yeah, I never retreat when he call up. I'ma believe in when he get hold up. Seeking his face, now he pushing us further and breaking the limit. How many times we piled up when it really was they could be finished? How many times they doubted us till we show them that we something different? I feel like he set me apart when I'm moving with God, you feeling the difference. Give it to God, the glory and man only transforming cause he did it. You can't bring me down. Ever since he changed me, no, you can't keep me down. I promise you can't face me, I do waving my down. You can never shake me.
Go under shit, yes! Pull it through!
I'ma stand my ground, I ain't running now. What do you do when you push to the brink? And your ship is beginning to sink. Do what you can and he do what you can't. We call that leaning on faith. We ain't running with that, ain't no running away. We just go pick up the pace. The journey I learn to embrace. That's how I learn to be great, okay. Even when it's hard, you gotta stand your ground. I ain't never really learned how to retreat. Even when the world is trying to bring you down, I stand up and get right back on my feet. Yeah, weight on my back, but he carry it. I know people that wanna come bury us. I ain't worried them words he burying. Even me know we perch out the perilous. Got the enemies took they the scariest. Got them saying they with us hilarious. But I see what you plotting, that's scary. You didn't know he got me cracking codes with this flow like when it's an algorithm. Carl gave me the Call of Duty, so I Activision. The crew with me, yeah, we lack division. Man, we unified, they got no fraction in it. Popping out, he got the faction with him. God back the pack, they got him mad and bitter. Many conquer graves, you don't have to dig it, many making waves. Earthquakes make the world shake. This is not a tremor, this a game shift. Impact to make the world break. Like hockey, know he whore body with a war face. When y'all hating out our poor taste, I just stand tall. That's what happens when you train your core weight and during more ways. Like, what do you do when you push to the brink? And your ship is beginning to sink. Do what you can and he do what you can't. We call that leaning on faith. We ain't running with that, ain't no running away. We just go pick up the pace. The journey I learn to embrace. That's how I learn to be great, okay. Even when it's hard, you gotta stand your ground. I ain't never really learned how to retreat. Even when the world is trying to bring you down, I stand up and get right back on my feet. Ayy, I got my feet on the pavement. When it come to my faith, boy, I'm shameless. And they hate how I'm quick to go praise him. I don't care, you gon' know what his name is. I don't speak on these beats to be famous. And really my work can go nameless. More concerned for whoever he changing through me. Like, dog, I know I'm great, but I don't need a title. No competition, I don't need a rival. I got little homies really living dead. They don't need an idol, many need revival. So I sacrifice it, that's gon' give them life. When the church hurt, then it's not Christ. That's the devil's work, that was never right. If he not first, then it's not light. Look, I stand with you and I stand for you. I'm Christ-centered, not brand loyal. I'm trying to be the one that push you forward, not be the one to make you recoil. I see you like family. Think Whitebeard and his whole fleet. My only goal is to make sure y'all all make it out in one piece. Like, what do you do when you push to the brink? And your ship is beginning to sink. Do what you can and he do what you can't. We call that leaning on faith. We ain't running with that, ain't no running away. We just go pick up the pace. The journey I learn to embrace. That's how I learn to be great, okay. Even when it's hard, you gotta stand your ground. I ain't never really learned how to retreat. Even when the world is trying to bring you down, I stand up and get right back on my feet. Right back on my feet. Right back on my feet. I used to be scared to be great. Never thought that I had what it takes. You can tell when you look at his face. You can see that he lacking in faith. Every time that he walk, he just stumble and fall.
Yeah, boys, let's get spicy, let's go!
feel like his spirit would break. He would feel like his life was a race. He would feel like he running in place. He couldn't run from his insecurity. Face to face with his immaturity. And that's the moment when he lost his purity. Same moment when he had to grow up prematurely. I wasn't ready, but hey, I'd rather be early than late. I'd rather be ready for whatever comes and not just be scared with playing it safe. No time to waste. I ain't got it just to play with it, dog. You're making a wall that got me the way. Funny thing that you learn when you fall. You gain the resolve and the power to change. Focus on trying to get in the form, cause when you're informed, you know what's at stake. That's the moment when a man is born. Can't sleep anymore when your mind is awake. Wasn't made for the bag. Wasn't made just to cycle what I gotta do. Used to lie to myself, but lately I find life in embracing the truth. Truth is, I was turning from purpose. Nowadays, I'm averting the view. One thing that I know is for certain is nothing to prove, cause look, I was born for this. It's in my blood, no, I couldn't run from me. No, no, I knew I was meant to be greater. Thank God that I live in his favor. This was never about the work of my labor. Only here cause the heart of a savior bigger than me, but the feeling is major. I never thought I would've made it. I will limit what God can take us. I had a fire I would hide inside. I think it's time I engaged in life. Think it's time I set it free. See the spirit when you looking at me. Ready for war, I never retreat. Dog in them and I cut off the leash. Cut off the leash, I'm feeling free. Where am I going where I never seen? How could this be? Discover my limit, I'm breaking my limit. The limit was me. Used to be timid until I get living. And start acting different than how I've been living. Was making decisions that mess up the mission. Direction was missing, like who should I be? Had some habits that was holding me down. I broke away and they holding me now. Used to never understand when I work, but the king is in me. I can never be bound. Had to put it into all of the cheddar. I focus better when I don't hear a sound. The boy finally moving all on his own. He in his purpose, he no longer a child. I found my way. I found him and that was buried in me. He found a hope and the strength to believe. There ain't no telling the heights he might reach. Heights he might reach. I can't believe I'm not afraid. God gave me what I need. Broke out myself, now I'm feeling unleashed. Now I can see everything I could be. I know I'm born for this, yeah. It's in my blood, no, I couldn't run from me. No, no, I knew I was meant to be greater. Thank God that I live in his favor. This was never about the work of my labor. Only here cause the heart of a savior.
Straighten your arms out. Straighten your arms.
You're bigger than me, but the feeling is major. I never thought I would've made it. I will limit what God can take us. I